Thank you very much for joining us on today's edition of Pulse Sport here on the JoyNews channel of Multi TV and also on channel 421 on your DSTV. My name is Paul Atchoe, and today we're throwing the spotlight on volleyball and how the sport has grown in the sporting year of 2018. And of course, here with me in the studio is the president of the Ghana Volleyball Federation, Mr. Paul Atchoe. Is also a vice president of the Ghana Olympic Committee and also serves as the president of Zone 3 of the Volleyball Federation of Africa. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much. How are you?
It's been great. A while. Yeah, I know. Good to see you and good to have you here.
Thank you so
now, we're getting towards the finish line of 2018, and there's a lot to talk about. Immediately when I cast my mind on volleyball, I think about the beach volleyball part where Ghana was able to put up a second-round performance at the Youth Olympics in South America earlier this year.
Yeah, well, beach volleyball, I must say, is our baby. I mean, we introduced it in 2011 to make way for the development of the game as an entirety. You know, the indoor, we couldn't develop as much as we want because of infrastructural deficiency. It is no more an outdoor competition. It's played indoor in a hall. For that matter, we could not...
I want you to speak up a little bit.
Yeah, sure. for that matter, we could not invite, you know, big teams like North African, South Africans, East African teams who have participated in world high-level competitions to come and play in our country. We thought it wise to look at the possibility of introducing beach volleyball, which is also an Olympic sport, under volleyball and controlled by the FIVB as well. So in 2011, we introduced beach volleyball. Got involved in the qualifications for the 2012 Olympic Games. We couldn't make it, but we managed to qualify for the All-African Games. And wow, we placed third at the tail end of the competition. So we realized, well, let's put a bit more effort into beach volleyball. We can make ends meet there. And we went on to qualify for the World Cup in 2015. So actually, as far as beach volleyball is concerned, we are on top of matters. But the only probably hitch-ups we did have is the financial support, which was not really forthcoming, so that we can sustain the growth. But we are still the third in Africa. We qualified for the Youth Olympic Games 2014, went to China, just were knocked out by Canada in the knockout stage, you know, around 16. In 2018, we qualified for the Youth Olympic Games in Argentina, placing second in Africa, in Nigeria. We were also knocked out in the round 24. Well, it gives me confidence that beach volleyball has a future.
I see. Another one on beach volleyball. Now, we've got a pretty vast area of, you know, of beaches on the southern part of Ghana.
Yes.
How well has the Federation done in terms of popularizing this sport in these areas? And of course, over here, I'm referring to also the efforts to have regular competition, which can grow our players and the talent.
Yeah, actually, before we got into the qualification for the 2024 Youth Olympic Games, we thought it wise to set up training camps for youth development, 8 to 14 years along the coast and some other, you know, rural areas. Like at Aflao, for instance, we have a center where students, you know, children in that area between 8 and 14 years do play very competitive beach volleyball. We have one in Accra at La Boma. We have one in Takoradi, And then lately, we introduced one in Sajuna along the Volta Lake. Also, we are coming to the end of setting up another center in Tamale. You know, during the university games last year, you know, they played beach volleyball there. So as they have gone, we are using that facility now, you know, beef them up with equipment so that the youth can continue playing beach volleyball there.
Interesting stuff there. If you just joined us, well, on this special edition of The Pulse, and of course we're taking a close look at volleyball and how the sport has grown and managed to be relevant within the scheme of things in the year of 2018. Here with me in the studio is the president of the Ghana Volleyball Federation, Mr. Paul Atchoe. Now, let's come to the regular sport, volleyball, which is played on court. Yeah. It's been tough, you know, in trying to get funding, like you said. So what has your outfit done to go around this situation of the regular funding that will come from the National Sports Authority for, you know, for the execution of your yearly program?
Yeah. Well, thank you for this opportunity. I must say we have had a lot of assistance from Star Oil, who have always come to our assistance, you know, where we needed it. In our regional competition, you know, we have done so much groundwork as far as volleyball is concerned. Volleyball is already developed in Ghana. But because we were not in the past attending, you know, competitions from our neighboring, you know, countries, we don't really know our level, whether, you know, we are able to qualify to big time, you know, competitions. We've had support from Star Oil, as I said, and the Atlas, you know, company in Tema, anytime we needed to. But this year have not been that stable for anybody, actually.
I see.
I must say they have been able to help us. But beyond that, at the local front, there have been several competitions in all the regions. We had introduced this league system. Not all the regions have been able to develop it, but at least it has created that awareness where, you know, a lot of people have developed interest in the game and are playing in various competitions. I would like to mention the police, for instance, have been very, very helpful in providing, you know, stable players, funding for the Greater Accra League, as well as other competitions around, like attending club championships. They are able to provide their own funding and attend those in the name of Ghana. Armed forces have also done the same. Anytime we requested that, or we organized a national club championship, all the security services have been able to rally behind, you know, our effort and provided, you know, funding, and then releasing of the players and making sure that, you know, they attend and then grace the occasion with so much performance. That has gone a long way to beef up our performance locally and strengthen, you know, the performance of the players, and also widen up the scope of performance. Like 2 weeks or a week ago, we went into Berekum for the National Club Championship. It was fantastic. The police were there, immigration were there, army were there, and you know, it was one of the best competitions we've had.
How are the civilian teams faring? You know, it's been a trend over the years that the security services teams are always dominating. Right. You know, in volleyball and in the leagues.
Well, I think they are doing very, very well because they have become the kind of nursing ground for players who are selected into the security services.
I see.
I think we have a lot of coaches in that, you know, domain who are helping develop the players from the grassroots. And, you know.
Now, in terms of the technical aspect of the sport, a very interesting and key area. How well have you done in terms of getting the expertise, getting the technical hands, I mean, like coaches, you know, officials and all of that across the country? Because like you mentioned, the last, you know, National Club Championship was held in the Bronga region. How well spread do we have, you know, officials and technical persons for volleyball?
Yeah, actually, every year we do get some kind of support from FIVB, CAVB to train coaches, referees, and managers. This year, for instance, we have done some coaching. Previously our highest we have been to was level 1 coaches. But since 3 years we have introduced the level 2 coach and invited a lot of the coaches from the regions to attend. So as far as coaching is concerned, technically we are not bankrupt, I must confess it. A lot of players are coming out from those guys up country, and they are improving the game.